Sarah's story in the Book of Tobit is one of the most paranormal love stories in theological text. Sarah was the only child of Raguel. Although she was a righteous woman with religious parents, Sarah had a demon fall in love with her. On Sarah's wedding night to her first husband, the demon came into the bedchamber and killed the husband before the marriage was consummated. Later, Sarah again was promised in marriage, and on her wedding night, the demon killed the second husband. The pattern followed 7 times, and all of her husbands ended up dead at the hands of the demon. Her father buried these men privately in their backyard to hide the shame. Then comes the character of Tobit, who ironically is a gravedigger himself. He is blinded and wishes for death. His wife Anna comforts him and encourages her husband to keep going. She also picked up the mantle to financially support the family and went to work. When Tobit thinks he is going to die, he sends his son Tobias on a journey to retrieve lent money for an inheritance. So his son heads out on the long journey with the man Tobit has hired to be his guide. Unknown to everyone, this hired guide is actually the angel Raphael. Tobias's other traveling companion is his faithful dog. So the angel in disguise, the young man, and the dog head out on a journey. When they stop by a body of water to rest, a giant fish hops out of the water and tries to eat Tobias. Tobias is instructed by the angel Raphael to kill the fish, then take out the entrails, heart, gall, and the liver, saying that they can be used for medicine. They eat the fish, and there's so much that they salt the rest so they can take what they can't eat with them. As they start out on their journey, a very interesting and terrifying conversation comes up when Tobias asks about the healing properties of the fish parts. Raphael explains that the heart of the fish on hot coals will create smoke that will drive away devils. He is going to need it since Raphael is taking him to marry Sarah. The angel explains that Tobias is of the same tribe and house as Sarah and the closest kin who has a right to marry Sarah. When Tobias hears how wonderful and beautiful Sarah is, he gets excited to bring home a wife along with his inheritance. However, after the angel explains that he is going to have to fight a demon for her that's already killed 7 men, Tobias gets cold feet. Raphael says, "Don't be afraid. Sarah was meant to be yours from the beginning of creation, and she will go with you to your home." They go to the home of Raguel, and he agrees to allow Tobias to marry his daughter. On the wedding night, Tobias burns the heart of the fish, and both he and Sarah, instead of consummating their marriage, spend the night in prayer combat. The devil is driven from the wedding tent, and Raphael, in all his angelic might and majesty, then binds the demon in the desert of Egypt. In the morning, Sarah and Tobias come out of the tent and find Raguel digging a grave, thinking that Tobias was going to be dead. They rejoice that he survived the night and feel they can actually announce the marriage and have a wedding feast. Raphael, appearing as a mortal man again, helps Tobias collect his inheritance and leads the newlyweds back to Anna and Tobit. Raphael then explains that the gall of the fish can be used to cure his father's blindness. Tobit realizes what a help Raphael was, and they offer him gifts and additional payment. Raphael then reveals his true identity as an angel and returns back to heaven, and the family lives happily ever after.